Hi everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows Style and Spirit. I am Ebony and I definitely want to share this story with you about singer India Arie. Her and her mom, Miss Joyce Simpson, they are telling their story regarding being abused at the hands of India Arie's father. It's really deep, really shocking. And so I'm going to first play their audio where they are telling their story, and then I want to talk about it. And this is coming from the blog It's On Site. It is a wonderful blog. It's right on Instagram. And so as soon as I click on it, the audio will start. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic so that there's no echo. But please do me a favor, hit the like button on this video, and please subscribe to the channel. And definitely everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. I definitely want to talk about, Black people expressing what has happened to you that was traumatizing, that was hurtful, that may have set a theme for your life that you had to unlearn. And so I'm very proud of India Arie and her mom for telling their story. So let's go ahead and just jump right on in. Okay, I'm muting my mic now.
Today for you, Ralph Simpson. A secret has a stench that can rot a family from the inside out and destroy future generations. The family curse stops here on this Father's Day, June 15th, 2025. I've kept this secret for over 45 years. My India Arie is a survivor. I want to be clear, we're not talking about Ralph Sampson from the Houston Rockets. Ralph Simpson, the former ABA, NBA basketball player with the Denver Nuggets, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Detroit Pistons. Your daughter, India Arie. Yeah, that Ralph Simpson. I've kept this secret for over 45 years. You, Ralph Simpson, you said husbands can't rape their wives. You raped me. I stayed quiet. You molested your daughter when she was a very young child. I stayed quiet. I still allowed you to publicly be the father that you appeared to be and not the sick father that you are. Today for you, Ralph Simpson, a secret has a stench that can rot a family. Stop trying to reach out to her for money or forgiveness. India said she wrote about the abuse in a song called Get It Together. A part of the first verse of the song says, "One shot to your heart without breaking your skin. No one has the power to hurt you like you can. I kept it inside. I didn't tell no one else. I didn't even want to admit it to myself." I watched India for years on the national and international stages before and after her concerts. I watched her cancel some of her tour dates because she needed to receive medical care. She just struggled. She struggled. She carried that weight around her soul for many, many years. Indy tells me that she went around the world trying to find ways to heal herself and to help others heal through her music. You, Ralph Simpson, gave her a lot to heal from. With God therapy, life therapy, music therapy, journaling, this helped her make it through the crazy. You should also know that she is good. Stop trying to reach out to her for money or forgiveness. India said she wrote about the abuse in a song called Get It Together. Ever. One more thing. I will never forgive you for stealing your son's money. Your son, Jawan Simpson, worked all summer after college, bussing tables, cutting grass, anything he could do to make money to purchase his car that summer. He sent the money to you to save for him. You gambled all of his money away. Jawan did get his car that summer. This is the same son that bought you a car that you then sold and gambled the money away. He still pays your rent to this day so you could have a roof over your head. My son, Jawan, is a father, an awesome dad, awesome man. My India Arie is a survivor. Ralph Simpson, the $370,000 that you never paid in child support, keep it. I'm sorry you're sick, and I'm sad for you. I'm sorry you have no money. I'm sorry about a lot of things. I am no longer broken, and I will continue to pray for you from one human to another. I don't want to see anybody suffer, not even you. I know ever. One.
Okay, so that is the audio. Who would have thought like about 5 minutes worth of audio could be so impactful and so deep? But here is some written communication from India Arie and her mom. If you have a good relationship with your father, count it a blessing. A lot of us do not. I'm not posting this message today to tell you that I'm struggling, because I'm not. I've spent my entire adult life working through my issues with my father. I've come a long way. My mother, though, is now coming to terms with her feelings, and we're supporting each other in telling a deeply personal shared story, a family story. Lastly, if you have a good father that you have a good relationship with, truly, truly celebrate that. That gives a priceless strength to the foundation of your life. With love, India and Mom. And I'll read the caption from It's On Site. Singer India Arie and her mother, Joyce Simpson, are speaking publicly for the first time about the abuse they endured at the hands of India's father, Ralph Simpson. In a powerful message, Joyce revealed she kept the secret for 45 years, alleging that Ralph was physically and sexually abusive during their marriage and even towards their daughter, India Arie. India shared that while she spent her adult life healing, this year wasn't just about her story, but theirs, meaning her and her mom's. Joyce declared the family curse stops here and credited India's infinite wisdom for stopping her from making life-altering decisions she would regret. And then It's On Site. They tagged out their report with, if you or someone you know is a victim of sexual assault or domestic violence, help is available. Call or text 988. So I want to say, I saw this story tonight on Instagram. I said, I want to make a video about it. What really amazes me is that I am a fan of India Arie. I've purchased her music. I'm familiar with a lot of her songs, and her music is so affirming. She affirms Black women, strength, courage, and wisdom. It's there inside of me all along. And brown skin girl, brown skin, not brown skin girl, brown skin, video where she was saying she's not defined by her clothes or how she wears her hair. So and she even made the song, I Am Not My Hair. So I love how she's always had Black women's back, and she wanted us to love ourselves in our natural state as is. Her music always exuded spirituality. And so to know that she is a survivor of being violated sexually at the hands of her own dad, it just amazes me. It seems like a lot of people who are the most encouraging, who are the most affirming, and they really try to promote self-love, a lot of times they've gone through a lot of deep personal shit that could have taken them out. It could have caused them to think suicidal thoughts, or actually carry out those thoughts, or just be really self-harming. And so to think that she's overcome what she's went through, and she even tries to encourage all of us, the listeners of her music, I admire that so much. And I just find India Arie so much more beautiful knowing that. Now, the mom, Miss Joyce Simpson, she detailed a lot of things that were hurtful, like when she said her son worked one summer to save money to buy a car. He entrusted his dad to save the money. Maybe he didn't have his own bank account yet. And she said that her ex-husband, Mr. Simpson, gambled the money away, allegedly, violated India, and violated her as well. And there were some people in the comments saying, you knew that he touched your daughter and you stayed, bye, lady. And I get it. Definitely, if someone violates your child, that relationship is over. You're calling the cops. You want to press charges. They need to go to jail. Okay, and you need to get away from them ASAP. And you put the kid in therapy, all of that. Let's cover all bases. Now, at that time, we don't know if India Arie's mom, perhaps her self-esteem or her identity was rooted in her having a man or having a husband. He was an NBA player. I remembered him playing for the Denver Nuggets. I didn't know those other teams, including the Detroit Pistons. So I'm going to look into that after I finish this video. But perhaps because of the income that he was earning as an NBA player, maybe she didn't want to leave. I would just have to give me a job, honey. That's why, like, I have such a strong mindset. If I were to get in a serious relationship or a marriage, I would continue to work, because I'm not even comfortable putting my needs being met in the hands of a man and he's the only one working. Oh, no, 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 I can't do that. And I've worked all my life. I'm 45 now and never been married. So that's why it gave me anxiety to watch Portia Williams quit all her jobs, and she has a little child. So I'm not making excuses for Miss Joyce Simpson, India Arie's mother, but I am trying to give her some grace and think of some reasons why she may have stayed, whether it was her self-esteem or he earned the income. Also, she would be of another generation. India Arie is like my age, and so her mom has to be at least a baby boomer, at least I would imagine 65 or up. So it was about being submissive. She may have felt like she had limited resources, limited funds. She could have been deep into people pleasing, and her family's telling her to stay. All of that, all of those unhealthy influences that you have to unlearn. Her generation, if they are at a point where they're unlearning, it's like now, as they're like at retirement age. So then they're starting to unlearn, because they're not the generation that went to therapy, that encouraged others to go to therapy. They're not the generation of social media where you can curate, who you follow. You could follow therapist pages and get, encouragement every day. So for her to speak out now versus staying in that marriage back then, I could kind of see where that may have happened, unfortunately. And also, India Arie's mom, Miss Joyce Simpson, she's not really from the generation where they speak out about their trauma. Black people have conditioned ourselves where, that's nobody's business, that's family's business. You don't talk about that. Why is that on social media? Why is that on the internet? And see, when you grow up in such a restrictive environment, where it's all about keeping it within and holding it in, sometimes getting it out on social media, that is your way of getting it out of your body, out of your mind, and somewhere else. I try not to be judgmental when like the celebrities, the public figures, they go live on Instagram and they vent about what has happened to them. They have to get it out. They have to get it out of their minds, or else they might go crazy. So, let them have at it. I think that that's better than you holding it in, because that can lead to illness and you not feeling well. That and low vitamin D levels, okay? So, but definitely, I feel like you should express yourself. Don't hold things in to make other people feel comfortable. Let go of that people pleasing. It don't get you nowhere. And the same people that you're trying to please will just judge your every move and say it's not good enough anyway, to gaslight you and keep you up under their thumb and up under their control. So I'm proud of India Arie and her mom for expressing themselves. And, you know, hopefully her mom, because India said, I've spent my entire adult life healing. So I imagine India has been to therapy and she's been open to it. You know, she's of a younger generation. We're like the on the cusp millennials. So her mom would be like a baby boomer. So she's had to become open to therapy and telling her story so that she could heal. So kudos to her mom that she has been open. But what do you think about this? This is again so shocking because India Arie's music has been so positive over the years since the beginning. That was her very first album with video and strength, courage, and wisdom. So I'm amazed, I'm shocked, but it does seem like the most encouraging people, they have gone through quite a lot. So, but she is still here and she's looking back on it. Well, I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have a fantastic night and a great day tomorrow. And don't let anybody get you down. You are amazing. And I will talk with you soon. Bye.